Hey VC, JG Yokohama, Jeff here. Just going to jump on one of these threads going around. I guess it was the 10 albums, 10 feel good albums, happy happy joy joy, something like that. Ah man, spent the whole day grouting my shower. Ran out of grout. It looks like it's not back in stock for a couple weeks, so yeah, I guess I got a couple weeks off of the bathroom project, which means it's not going to be another month until I finish, I probably. So no master bathroom for me, no showers in the master bath. Oh well. Well, I'm going to probably try to shoot a couple videos today, so let's just jump in here. So hope everyone's doing well. Of course, everything's kind of gotten crazy out there, so let's do 10 feel-good albums. So my first pick, these are probably not in any particular order, but this is probably kind of high up there. I think this is my gateway to David Bowie because I was, I think, the right age when this guy came out. Possibly his last best album for quite a bit, but yeah, that's debatable. Some people say Scary Monsters, some people say this. I like both. But this is the one that got me into David Bowie because I think I don't know, how old was I when this came out? 83, right? So probably like 7 or 8 or something when this came out. So yeah, great one. This, of course, the title track, Let's Dance. This is Modern Love. Ricochet's not that happy. Yeah, China Girl, of course. But yeah, for the most part, it's a pretty cheerful album for David Bowie. Continuing on, this is one of those pump me up albums, or more like an EP. So the Cramps, Greatest Hits. This is the one that opens up with Human Fly, The Way I Walk, Domino, Surfing Bird, and Lonesome Town. So it's all solid, all killer, no filler. Fairly short one, so I guess that would be considered an EP, but good one. This is one I had to buy recently because when all this started, all this lockdown nonsense. It's Cyndi Lauper's first album. That's a really feel-good one. Of course, it has Girls Wanna Have Fun on there, Time After Time, She Bop, and All Through the Night on the B-side. Those are my two favorites. So yeah, that's a great album. It holds up pretty well over time. Unlike, yeah, I think some of the Madonna stuff hasn't fared as well, but it's still good stuff. I do need to pick those up. Another feel-good album for me. This one just kind of takes me back to my childhood. Al Stewart's Year of the Cat. I want to say Year of the Rat. That would actually be a really good punk album. So here we are. So yeah, just kind of folksy singer-songwriter, 70s, whatever. Everyone knows this one. It's a great album. Hopefully it's not too noisy. My neighbors and the laundry are getting kind of loud out there. Another one that kind of takes me back to my formative years, maybe high school-esque, but I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Surfer Rosa by the Pixies. So this yeah, if you're gonna have one album, one vinyl, by the Pixies, this is probably the one to get. This is my recent 480 reissue from a few years back. Opens up with Bone Machine. This is solid throughout. Bone Machine, Break My Body, Something Against You, Broken Face, Gigantics on this. Euphrates, which, Where's My Mind on the B-side, Cactus, Tony's Theme, Oh My Golly, Vamos, I'm Amazed, and closes up with Brick is Red. So yeah, any of their albums from their first go, yeah, can't go wrong. But yeah, I think Pixies haven't aged as well as some of their contemporaries because I think everyone copied them, so they don't sound as fresh and original as they did back in the day. But yeah, I love this album. It's a great one. So it kind of takes me back to maybe junior high school era. Another one of that era. Probably this is more college years. Yeah, but Born Slippy by Underworld. That's a classic. The 12-inch version. I think it's a UK one. So that was a big hit, I think, because of Trainspotting, which was not a feel-good movie, but that song was quite big. here we go. It's kind of more in the spiritual jazz vein. Two of my favorite jazz artists, Alice Coltrane with Pharoahe Sanders. Can't go wrong there. Who else was on this? Charlie Hayden, my favorite bassist, one of my favorite artists. And Cecil McGee on bass as well. That's interesting. Didn't realize there was two bass players. But yeah, that's a classic. If you don't know this album, you should. This is the kind of recent reissue. I've never seen the original in the wild, but yeah, I run across their other stuff sometimes. Kind of kicking myself for passing up some of the other Pharoahe Sanders I saw because I never saw it again. Duh. Should have bought that. Here's another feel-good one. Supremes. This is their first album. So I Hear a Symphony, of course, is the title track. So that was quite a big one. My World is Empty Without You is on this one. Yeah, Unchained Melody, but I think that's Yesterday. Yeah, I think those are all different versions of. Anyway, solid album, Supremes. Had this on the other night, so it's been a while since I listened to Monkeys. So this is Monkeys' second album, pretty feel good. A little more psychedelic than I remembered. It's a pretty good one. You can find these pretty commonly, but just finding one in good condition. So this one, the cover's in super clean condition. Albums on the high end of VG, I'd say. VG Plush-esque, but it did have some surface scratches that aren't that audible, but I think good cleaning. I think it'd actually be a pretty solid VG Plus. But yeah, that's a solid album. What's on this one? This has Mary Mary on it. I'm Not Your Stepping Stone. Classic. I'm a Believer. Had some kind of really far out ones. I think The Day We Fall in Love was fairly psychedelic, as I remember. Yeah, your Auntie Griselda. But yeah, I think so. The one after this is when they started doing their own songs, I think. But these were all done by like Neil Diamond or whatever. But really good stuff. Here's another one. I picked this up used, thinking it was an original copy, but I was kind of overwhelmed with the other stuff I'd found at the time, so I didn't notice that this was not an original. But still, pretty cool. So reissue of Ella and Louis Armstrong, and Ella Fitzgerald. So Why Can't We Be Friends? Starting it out, it's pretty solid, but yeah, it was cheek to cheek, and yeah, can't take that away from me. It's super album throughout. Highly recommended. They had some others following up that one, and I just thought I'd throw a bonus one in. So this one, I'll probably throw this one after this. Big Chill. That's a classic. You can find these in the bargain bins all the time. So this one was still in the shrink. Yeah, so classics on there. Starts out with Marvin Gaye. I Heard It Through the Grapevine. My Girl by the Temptations. Good Lovin' by the Rascals. Tracks of My Tears by Smokey Robinson. Joy to the World, Three Dog Night. Again, Temptations, Ain't Too Proud to Beg. Aretha Franklin, Natural Woman. Second, The Emotion, Smokey Robinson again. A Wider Shade of Pale by Procol Harum, and Tell Him by the Exciters. So that's a solid little feel-good kind of nostalgic type of soundtrack. I think this was like this one and American Graffiti, I think, were largely responsible for this kind of nostalgic soundtrack type deals. But yeah, it's a hell of a comp. So yep, so I'll throw that on. So yeah, I hope everyone's having a great week. Oh man, I'm feeling more exhausted than I thought after all that degrouting and regrouting. But yeah, I ran out of grout, so get a 2 weeks, 3 weeks off on that. So have a good one.